And welcome back to the Kiosk Presents, and welcome back to Jack Nerad, Executive Editorial Director for KellyBlueBook.com. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning. Great to talk to you again.
Nice talking to you again as well. So I guess we're going to be talking a little bit about the 10 best luxury cars under $40,000 for 2014.
Yeah, some really cool stuff. I mean, it's really an embarrassment of riches here. You know, a lot of people think, well, $40,000, can I get true luxury? Can I get really cool cars? And the fact of the matter is, you can get some really cool stuff.
I believe it. I believe it. Now, let me ask you this. Before we get to the cars themselves, what was the criteria used, and why was $40,000 sort of the benchmark?
Well, we at Kelley Blue Book always try to look at who is going to use the vehicle, what are the hot buttons for them, and then we try to match the vehicle to them and look at those hot buttons. So for a luxury car buyer, certainly you want prestige, you want comfort, you want quiet. These days, I think you want a level of fun to drive, a pretty high level of fun to drive. That's how the luxury market has changed. Sure. I think a lot of people want to feel young when they're driving these luxury cars these days. They don't want to feel old, stodgy, oh, I'm just being chauffeured around. They want to feel like they're involved in the driving experience, and the luxury cars on our list really epitomize that.
Right. So the latest trends. Now, I think you kind of touched on a few of them there, but maybe perhaps we can talk about a couple of the more in-demand features.
Right. Well, you know, in terms of trends and features, one is natural fabrics and materials that are of high quality, genuine leather, hand stitching. Genuine wood, you know, expanses of wood, that attention to detail in things like the switchgear, in things like the exterior styling, the lighting. Interior lighting is important these days, and that has changed. And then certainly technology. There's a ton of technology in today's cars. Connectivity, electronic driving aids. There's just a wide variety of technical features that are important.
Sure. And I think people do a lot more from their cars now than they used to do. Just with, like you mentioned, connectivity. I mean, you know, you can, it's amazing what you can do. So it makes sense that they enjoy features that help them be comfortable in the cars that they're looking at now.
Right. So many luxury buyers have smartphones, I would say, you know, vast majority. So they want that kind of, you know, feature set out of their car. They want to incorporate the smartphone features into what they can do in the car. They want to do that safely. They want to do that without distraction. So it's an important aspect of the whole gamut of what's offered.
Right. So without further ado, Jack, let's talk about the 10 best luxury cars.
Let me show you a couple, because it's easier to demonstrate than just talk. And they're prettier than I am by a large margin. This is the Cadillac ATS. It's number one on our list. Terrific car. Cadillac has really transformed its image. I mean, this is a young person's car. This is a car that you can have a blast with driving. It looks great, world-class looks. And again, attention to detail on the exterior and interior of this vehicle. Attention to detail is so important in luxury cars. It's a big separator between luxury cars and more mundane cars. And the interior of the ATS is just gorgeous. They've done a remarkable job. Again, rich materials, genuine leather, a lot of hand stitching, a lot of important features like that. So we think they've done a remarkable job, absolutely world class, and deserves to be considered with any car of its size in the world.
So how about some other honorable mentions as
well? Let me show you the Mercedes-Benz CLA, because I think the Mercedes-Benz CLA might be the most interesting vehicle on the list for a lot of reasons. One is it's a complete departure for Mercedes-Benz. They've gone to a front drive platform here. They've been a traditional rear drive. Occasionally they'll do some all-wheel drive versions, but rear drive has been what Mercedes-Benz has always been about. They changed that up with the CLA. This is also pretty inexpensive, certainly inexpensive for Mercedes-Benz. It starts under $30,000. You can get a very well-equipped version for right around $35,000. So We think they've done a remarkable job. Frankly, we had some questions. Would this be a real Mercedes-Benz? Would it hit all the marks that Mercedes-Benz hits? Because that's pretty high level of performance overall. But it really is a true Mercedes-Benz. We love the exterior styling. I think it's really inventive, really interesting. The interior is very functional and cool. They've hit a lot of high notes on this vehicle, very definitely.
Well, Jack, I could sit here and talk to you about cars all day, but unfortunately, time just wouldn't allow that. So where can the folks at home go for some more information?
Well, they can go to kellybluebookskbb.com. They can see cars like this, the Lexus IS, which we think is another terrific example, kind of in the same milieu as the others, here in the studio. A terrific car. So kellybluebookskbb.com, where you can learn all about the Lexus IS and, the various flavors that it comes in, and the other 7 cars on our best luxury car vehicles under $40,000 list. And then if you want to buy a new or used car, certainly come to kbb.com, because we have all the information you need to make a really good buying decision.
You sure do, Jack. And I'll tell you, I want to thank you once again for joining us here on the Kiosk Presents in serving Buffalo and Western New York. And it's always great talking to you. And I got to go to the website and check out the rest of those new cars myself. So thanks again for joining us, and you have a great day.
My pleasure. You have a great day, too.